Hello, for March 11th, 2025. Topic is a safe harbor. A safe harbor. I'm reading Living in His Light, a daily devotional by Dr. David Jeremiah. Romans chapter 8 and verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? Everything we know about love stems from God. Everything. The Apostle John wrote that God is love. God is love. And that, I quote, we love God because he first loved us, unquote. That's from 1 John chapter 4, verses 8, 16, and 19. That's where you find that God is love and that we love God because he first loved us. Our love for God, as well as our love for others, is a response to the God of love who first loved us. It is a response. Humans are incapable of true love. The love has to come from God. As we abide in God's love, we respond by obeying his command to love others. And it's very difficult to love others, especially there are some people who are very tough to love. I'm one of them. So I'm guilty of being among those who are very difficult to love. Psalm 91 is a testament to God's love and protection for those who love him. I quote verse 14, because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him, unquote. When we get to the New Testament, we find Paul writing that everything works for good to those who love God. That's Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. And in the same chapter, a mirror of Psalm 91, Paul lists all the things in life that we think might separate us from God's love and says none of them will. Before I finish the reading, I'd like to read that Romans chapter 8 from verse 35 to 39. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for your sake we are killed all day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Yet, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other created thing shall be able to separate us from the love of God which is in Christ Jesus. It simply means if you're in Christ, nothing can separate you from the love of God which is in Christ Jesus. Not your sin, not your past, not your present, not your bad habit, not your indebtedness, not your laziness, not your stupidity. I'll suggest you should get wise. To be loved unconditionally by God and by others is a safe harbor. I cannot guarantee you that you can be loved unconditionally by others. I cannot guarantee you that. So dwell in God's love today so you are equipped to love others. A famous comedian, Chris Rock, even though I don't know how true that statement is, said something. He said, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man has to provide something to be loved. A man has to, as long as you're dealing with your fellow human beings, whether in the office, in marriage, among your siblings, or with strangers, you as a male, as a man, you have to provide services. Might be financial services, philanthropy, sexual service, career. You have to provide something to be loved. So don't expect fallen human beings to love you unconditionally. It's not possible. Only God can love you unconditionally. And maybe probably your mom can love you unconditionally. But there is someone, his name is Jesus, who has the capacity to love you unconditionally. So get rooted in the love of Christ so that no matter how inconsistent the love you're experiencing from other people is, you can sail through. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.